Damn, look at this flooding. Crazy. This is in Elysian Trail and going on a walk. This is the biggest puddle I've seen yet. We have gotten rocked by this freaking rain, let me tell you. Just got Amelia removed from my nose and it was a very interesting experience. This woman was like, oh, you got Amelia, no problem. I'll pop it right out. And I'm like, okay, great. Pop it right out. It's been on my face for a year. Would love for it to go. And then she's like, oh, oh, damn. It's a little harder than I thought. I thought it would come right out, but this one's deep. We're gonna probably need to numb your nose. And I'm like, okay. So she's like, 1 second, another nurse is gonna come in. She's gonna numb your nose. And she's like with another nurse. So like tag team, then they go out. Then another nurse comes in. And she's like, I'm just gonna do this, you know, because your milia is so deep that we need to, you know, put on, we need to numb your nose. And she's like, it's just gonna hurt for a second. Beep, 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 beep. And like, meanwhile, like beforehand, the woman had already like shoved a needle into my nose like a couple times. And she's like, And then this woman's like, let me just poke a little more with like fucking numbing agent. And then my nose is numb, I guess. I can still feel pressure, but I can't feel like the sensation. Also, what was in that shit? They had a little fucking needle, little syringe, popped it in my nose. I was like, what the hell is happening? Did I consent? Do I know what's going in my face? No. But anyway, I'm kind of scared. She's like, it's definitely gonna bruise. And I'm like, okay. And like, while it was numb, she kept digging in there and she's like, wow, it just keeps going. And like her other little like nurse lady who I think is training is like, really deep. It is going deep. And I'm like, guys, I can't see my nose right now. I don't know what y'all are talking about. It sounds scary. And then this woman drops her scalpel, but she's like, it's done. And I'm like, is it done because the scalpel is on the floor now? Or is it done because actually there's nothing in my nose? And then she's like, oh, it's not really bleeding. And I'm like, okay, I'm scared. Also today I'm supposed to like film the first episode of this podcast with my friend. And I don't know, maybe this is the debut look. I'm like nervous. What if it like fills up again with milia bullshit? Apparently milia is like calcium deposits sort of, which is funny because I used to have a friend who literally like had a huge calcium deposit in his leg and that shit was crazy. Like you could knock on it and it felt like wood was like beneath the skin. Pretty cray. Anyway, keep you updated on the nose. Will I need a rhinoplasty after this? Fuck no, I'm not gonna do that. Do you? But that's not me. I'm gonna keep it there. I'm gonna keep my nose all weird, all wiggity whack, just like the rest of my face. All right, peace and love. More updates to come.
Don't be a boy, 'cause I'm looking for more. That hot pink chick with the wig so slick. O'Malley cat, they still got 'em like that. I'ma go get her, wanna hear the kitty purr. I wanna be loved. I wanna be loved so true. I wanna be loved. I wanna be loved so
and being free tonight and celebrating our fun playing a fucking show.
There we go.
And also getting to go backstage for all of our shows tonight.
There we go.
Megan, how are we doing?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing today?
Thank you for asking. I'm doing pretty well. Okay, so our friend John Mitchell.
Okay, John Mitchell.
Megan, there's Kevin. We got John Mitchell here. You know, how are we feeling about tonight?
Okay, so here's the deal. We're gonna throw the fuck down. I got 800 songs in my USB, so I have no idea what's gonna happen.
There's no way you can play 800 songs in an hour. It's not about that.
If I stay in F sharp, yes I can.
No cheating. No cheating.
Oh, we so want to go out with it.
You're telling me. I can't paint into that. No one ever gives me.
What's up, world? About to go grocery shopping. Today's been a slow day. It's Monday. Should be getting more done. But you know what? Moments of stillness and slow are really good for everybody because balance is huge, and without those days of slow, then we don't have the fast moments momentum, you know? It's a relationship between the two. Feeling really Buddhist today. Need to buy a book on Buddhism because I think it has some lessons to teach me. Anyway, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Breathe in. Accept. Move on. Get excited. Recognize your patterns. Keep listening to yourself. And continue honing in on the goal. Also, I feel like I should just be transparent. Last week was a tough week. And I don't even know why. It just came. And I felt down and sad and like anxious as fuck. And then the weekend happened and it felt like a blur. And now I'm here on Monday and I'm like picking up the pieces. And sometimes, and I was listening to this really good podcast today. It was the Knowledge Project, most recent one. I think the guy's name starts with a K. So this Knowledge Project episode is an interview with Jack Cornfield, which is a great last name. He does meditation type stuff. And so it was a lot about like, basically as human beings, we have so much gunk going on in our heads, and so much of that is emotion, and emotion is actually like really held in your body. So when you become conscious of how your emotions like manifest in your body, you can watch them happen more than feeling them so much that and not having control and just feeling like so like down or even like so happy and not being able to like control it. And it's good to like basically inventory, like, okay, if I'm feeling happy, like let me like take a second and feel like, what does happy feel like? And if I'm feeling reflective, like what does that feel like? If I'm feeling sad, how does my body feel? Like, do I feel drooped? Do I feel like lethargic? You know, is my head hurting? Am I hungry? Did I drink enough water? Have I moved today? I feel like continuing to grow how we think about our bodies really informs how we feel, what our emotions are, and then like how we can kind of coax ourselves into doing what we want. So obviously for me, it's like music. So like, how do I coax myself into continuing to be productive with that? And how do I do it in a way that's not like detrimental to my health? Like I'm not working too much, and how do I like react with myself? Like how do I talk to myself when I'm alone, you know? And like alone not being productive, like, because I think a big part of how I work is I'm alone in the studio and I'm like having these conversations with myself, But then when I'm out of the studio, you know, it's like not as an intense of a conversation. You know, I'm not like trying to be like, are you chilling hard enough? Like, are you laying on that couch nice enough? But I do end up feeling like my nerves are like not frayed, but like I'm too energized to like fully relax. And then when I know that I need to rest. So I feel like maybe that's the hurdle that I'm going through right now, is like figuring out how to like chill myself while also getting to do all the things that I want to do and like being excited about it. Like, you know, allowing myself that excitement, allowing myself to be like so pumped up. So like, let's fucking go. But then also pulling back and being like, all right, let's not think. I think why it's hard is because they could not be more opposite. Like, a part of my personality is so like, wah! And the other part of it is like, like, I don't know. Like, do I have a chill button? I don't know. I'm not really a super chill person. Like, I like energy. I think I'm chill when it comes to like, I'm not gonna like tell you how to be or anything. Like, I'm not gonna judge your character in any of those ways, but I don't think, but like, am I just like a couch potato? Like, no, I don't work so well. So I get confused when I know that my body needs to chill and I'm just like, still like, but I want to do all this stuff, you know? What is this weirdness that we exist in the 21st century? Like, it's all made up. It's all made up. Last little thought, you know. I do wonder if I lived in like Utah or Wyoming or like in a plane. The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plane. No, but for real, like if I stayed in like nature and I wasn't living in a city, I think I would be able to chill easier because I'm just surrounded constantly by A, the people I look up to, B, like so many different types of creatives. Not to mention, like, when I'm going on a walk here, there are cars moving, like, going fast. And even on the trails, even when I'm going on the trails, there's always people, you know? So it's like, I'm surrounded by people. This is a fucking city. LA is a city, in case you didn't know. But I'm just getting this, like, very fast-paced environment, plus social media, all that jazz. Like, wish I didn't have to be on it in a sense, because I think it gives me anxiety. But at the same time, I love it because I know about all these things. I love being able to share my stuff. I love having a platform to talk because I love to talk. But I just do think it's like interesting to like, you know, picture who you are in different environments. And like, I think a reason I want to be so productive here is because like, this is LA, AKA like for me, like the place where I like make it. If I was in a different dream or had a different like goal, it might not be as hard to settle down. I think I'm just getting towards this like end point, not end point, but like beginning of the start point with my career. Like I think in about 6 months, stuff is gonna like actually start looking more different than it ever has. And I think that just feels really exciting and really exhilarating, and I don't know what to do with all that energy. And then I'm like letting myself think for a second, like, what if what you want actually happens? Like, what if you finally get to like live in this space of like what your dream is? Like, and the idea that would actually ever happen is just like seems unattainable in some ways, but also like maybe it's gonna happen. Let's believe it's gonna happen. I believe it's gonna happen. What the fuck is it anyway? Honestly, it'd be going on tour. It'd be going on tour and getting paid like $1,500 a show. Like, that would be winning. Fuck it. Don't put me in a box. Shit's coming. You know what? I'm jazzed. It's all laying down like it's supposed to. Dominoes are falling into the correct order, you know? So I just need a couple more to fall into the place, and then it's gonna be like, damn. It might be a really weird analogy to use, like dominoes falling, but I kind of like it because sometimes as things come together, other things fall apart, and that's just balance. The end of that wisdom rant was keep it up, keep doing you. Saying this to myself as well, like, keep it up, Ava. Let's keep trying. And like, whatever you're doing out there, keep trying. Because also, like, what would you be doing with your time otherwise? Like, music has given me so much purpose, and I'm so appreciative of it because it like helps me align the rest of my life around like a purpose. And I feel like The more I believe in the energies and like the universe and shit, I'm like, yeah, the universe like has like given me these abilities, or like at least like the drive to try and have other abilities, and I'm grateful and I'm lucky, and and honestly, just living in the world that we live in is like so ridiculous. Like, people used to have the plague, people used to like, you know, I mean, people are still dying, that's still a thing. But if you live in America right now and you're just like, you know, living, it's probably like a lot of your bases are covered, which is pretty crazy. And also, like, why do we exist? Someone tell me why we exist. Because I'm pretty sure there's no point. Not in a bad way, but more just like, it's so magical that we're just like existing on the earth, and that we have like other people around us that are our species to talk to. Like, what the fuck? That's so wild. Not to mention, like, we're the one like breed we're the one like type of animal that has like consciousness, from what we know, which is also just absurd. It's absurd to have, like, for me to even be looking into a phone and seeing my face reflected and talking to no one in particular right now except all of you at the same time, and feeling like maybe I'm actually making an impact on some person's head right now, brain, or your head. That's just wild. That's power in a different form. That's energy. That's fucking energy. Energy's cool. You guys should watch or listen to the Huberman Labs if you want to learn about your neuroscience. Just putting that out there. All right, I should probably go to the grocery store now. I'm having too much fun talking to you. I'm having too much fun. You're an engaging audience, giving me all these words to think about. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day.
Don't be a bore, 'cause I'm looking for more. That hot pink trick with the wig so slick. O'Malley cat, they still got 'em like that. I'ma go get her, wanna hear the kitty purr. I wanna be loved. I wanna be loved so true. I wanna be loved. I wanna be loved so true. Don't be a boy, 'cause I'm looking for a boy. That hot pink chick with the wig so slick. O'Malley cat, they still got 'em like that.
Your girl had quite the adventure yesterday. I went to this new bar, club thing. I don't know what it is, but it's called the Upstairs. And I get there, they're like, your name's not on the list. I'm like, okay, put it on the list. They let me in. I'm like, oops, got a friend DJing. Whoa. I went and met a lot of people. And dude, go home in the morning. No, I'm lying. Okay, I go home, and then I realize, like, some of the people whose contact info I got, like, big musicians, like 4 million monthly streams on Spotify type of listens. And I'm like, we actually had a conversation being like, we should work on something. So like, maybe that will happen or not, but cool nonetheless that I even had a conversation with those people. This morning I like looked through like all the people that I had met, and I just got really excited. It's cool when the people around you are cool. I mean, the people around me, I feel like I've always been pretty fucking cool people, but when they're like doing what you want to do, like musicians who are successful, when you're around that and you haven't been around that as much as you might like, it is like pretty euphoric, because I'm just like, holy shit, you are just a person that I can talk to, and you have the numbers that I will one day have, but don't have right now. So you're basically showing me that it's fucking possible. So this is my wisdom today is it's fucking possible. Keep your head in the game. Keep fucking doing what you do, because you're the only person that can do it. You're the only person that has your freaking brain. The only one that has firing at those synapses. You're the only one. So like, that's your fucking superpower. Use it. Don't squander it. So I've been just diving into the world of Max Martin. Totally watched his hour-long interview. I also watched another tutorial video on putting together different elements of a song and when to incorporate new themes and how many themes you should have in a song. Basically, I'm getting the downloads, like 3 themes is what I'm gonna be working with. And I'm gonna have some sub themes, and melody is king. And that's what I'm gonna start with. And I think that will probably get me to where I want to start going. And it was helpful because I need some stuff to fill out some songs I've already written, and I feel like I'm starting to get a much clearer idea of what exactly that I'm going for. So shit's coming together. Just excited about it. Also, look how gorgeous it is. Gorgeous it is. Look how gorgeous it is. It's gorgeous out here. Hey, it's gorgeous out here. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.